So Sandy, and tell me if I get this wrong. I just pulled some of this stuff. I know we talked, at one point there several weeks ago when we were setting this up. But
Yeah.
from New Jersey originally, you've been in Texas for what, 17, 18 years, something
Almost,
like
yeah,
that,
almost 20 years now. Yeah.
20 years. Your husband, military, retired
Yes.
military, 26 years, moving you guys all over the place with the Army,
Yes.
and
Yes.
but interior designer. And you've done a
Yes.
lot of stuff with interior design, and now you've built up this real estate business designed to sell real estate
Yeah.
over the last several years, but started real estate in 2007, correct?
14.
2014. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
2014. And so anyway, I saw, part of your training that you had online with EXP, you know,
Yeah.
doing over 100 listings by yourself in
Yeah.
1 year. And I was like, okay, we need to have this lady on and
Yeah.
just,
I love that.
sprinkle some of your magic on all of us so we can learn from you. So
Of course, happy to. Yeah, interrupt me anytime if you feel like you need to ask a question or whatever, but feel free.
okay. I'm gonna
Um,
make you a co-host, Sandy. If you want to share your screen, you can. Totally up to you. We'll
no,
kind of monitor questions in the chat along with
yeah,
as
that'd
we
be
need to.
perfect. Yeah, monitor the questions and then I'll break in between and we can kind of answer.
Sounds
Um, yeah. So yes, thank you for that introduction. It's so exciting. I know a lot of people hear you did 100 listings, they're impressed, but then when I say as a solo agent, like 100% solo, that's where it kind of that's where it kind of shifts for a lot of people because a lot of people, they started out, well, how big was your team and how many admins did you have and did you have VAs that are helping you do all this? So I'll kind of rewind and kind of take you back to how that opportunity came about. And then we'll kind of go through, and I think you're going to be able to start to identify with where I was in my business and what I had to actually shift to be able to do something like that. So yes, I had gotten into real estate back in 2014. My husband was military. Like you said, we moved around. We got here to Texas in 2007. And I wound up going to work. I was an interior decorator, designer. And I wound up working for a home builder. That was like my first thing. Like I can always get a job with a home builder, right? They all love designers. And so I jumped in working for a home builder. And I very quickly realized that there was a need for a decorator designer in our market. So I got out of that and wound up working for builders, customly helping people with all that. With that being said, as that business grew, a lot of real estate agents were reaching out to me and saying, hey, I need somebody to consult, whether it's a staging consult, whether it's a remodel consult. So I was now going in and helping real estate agents with their sellers on how to increase the value of their home, what countertops should they pick, like just all the things that we would love to have that expertise. And as my husband, I did this for 7 years. So as my husband was approaching retirement, and we knew we would stay in Texas. I was like, I think I'm going to get my real estate license because I'm mathing the math and I'm doing these consults and walking away with a couple $100 each one, and they're walking away with thousands of dollars. I think I'm on the wrong side of this. And I've also recognized that I had a niche. I had a skill that most realtors in my area didn't have. So I kind of got into real estate, putting two and two together. So I'm going to be a listing agent, period. And I'm going to have a niche of design. And this is where my expertise is. And so hence designed to sell in its own right was born. And that is pretty much how I went into real estate, knowing that I was a listing agent, identifying as such. They'll say, what do you do for a living? I'm a listing agent. I'm not a realtor. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm a listing agent. Do you work with buyers? Of course I work with buyers. That happens, right? But I'm a listing agent. So one identity I think was there from day one um, of getting into real estate. And so after a couple years, of course, I rookie of the year, did all the things, got the plaques, got the awards. And in about 2.5 years after that, I thought, well, this is boring. This is it. How do people do this do we have any 25 plus year veteran real estate agents on here? Okay, I thought, how have people done this for 25, 30 years? I'm going to get really bored. This can't be it. Um, Hence, launched me into finding a coaching program, finding someone else that could teach me more, getting in an environment where there has to be more to this. I wound up joining the Tom Ferry coaching organization about 10 years ago. So just a couple years in. My mind was blown. I got into those rooms, and I don't know any of you go to big conferences or external conferences, and you get in there and you're like, oh my God, like, how come I don't know any of this stuff? Where are all these people where I am, right? Like, you get a little bit overwhelmed. But instead of getting overwhelmed, what I realized is, wow, this doesn't have to be boring. This doesn't have to be repetitive. There's always room for growth. There's always room to learn. And I kind of just like leaned way into whatever I was trying and learning. And it led me to the opportunity 4 years ago, actually, because it's coming up on my memories of my phone, that I was actually on stage at the summit event. They just had it in Anaheim. Anybody there? Did anybody go to Tom Ferry Summit? You should definitely go. You don't have to join coaching if you don't want to, but you should experience it. It's an amazing event. And I was actually speaking with Tom on a small panel about listing attraction strategies. So not how to win the listing presentation, but like how to actually attract the people to call you to want to sell their home in the first place. Isn't that like the dream? The come with me calls? Like that's what we do this for. Is like, oh my gosh, they just called me. Okay. So this was before AI, right? This was before we had these fun like, extra tools. But I was talking about branding and the things that I do out in the community and community events and showing up to ribbon cutting ceremonies and like just getting my face out there as a business owner because I'm a business owner. Even if I work from home, I own a business. I own a real estate business. Yes, I have a broker. Yes, I go to an office. I own a real estate business. It's mine. I get to craft it, create it, design it, execute it, create the experience however I want because luckily we're independent contractors and we have the right to do that, right? Do we all sometimes feel like we're a little constrained to follow some plan of our broker and we don't feel like we have the opportunity to be creative and express, right? Because we want to I'll just say we're just going to do what everyone else is doing. Do we all sometimes feel like we're just being a real estate agent like everybody else? It's an okay place to be, but I hope after today you realize that you have a lot more inside of you that you have permission. I want you to give yourself permission to build your business, to you build your business, you design it in the way that you want. Your broker will be thrilled if you close deals. That's all that they care. Close the deals, get them their money. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay. And if what you do helps you close more deals, I don't think anybody's going to complain about how you run your business. Okay. Fair? Is that a fair assessment? Okay. Um, so what happened was I was doing this explanation of attraction. And if you don't know Tom, he's very big on challenges. He's very big on just on the spot. Okay, well, are you up for a challenge? I'm going to bet you this. And he makes bets with people. And so I'm on the stage and he says, okay, if you're so good at this, he said, do you want to make a bet? Well, of course, I said, sure. Because when Tom makes a bet on stage in front of 8,000 people, you take the bet. Like this isn't a no, because that would be like the end of anything, right? To say no to someone like that. Of course, you take the bet. So I'm hand in hand with Tom on stage in front of all these people. And he says, I want to bet you $10,000 that you can't take 100 listings, not appointments, take 100, get 100 signed listings by this event next year, which was 10 months. In 10 months, this event was going to happen again. I said, I'll do it. I'll do it. He said, you're going to do it? You just made me a bet. Now, how many of you at that moment, when you heard 100 lists, real, verified, have to show proof, listings signed, you've cried or throw up or something? Right? This would have been like, oh my God, what did I just do moment. I had that feeling. I was like, what did I just do? Oh my gosh. Can I do it? Can I do this? Like I had a team, I had assistants, I'm like, I can do this. I think the year before I did like 49. I'm like, I just have to double. I just have to double what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, double what I'm doing. Okay, I'm already exhausted, running around like a crazy person. I'm building a business every day as an entrepreneur because I show up to what's firing at me. I react to what real estate brings to me today versus me deciding what I'm going to do as a listing agent today, right? Who's controlling our day? Who's controlling what we get to do? You may feel like that. You wake up every day and you're like, well, let's see what the real estate world's going to throw at me today. Right? We react. Most of us, Probably most of us, we react to whatever the day happens to come. Okay. You're basically never getting started on building a business. Do you think McDonald's would open a store and people would come in and say, I want French fries? And everyone goes, fuck, where are the French fries? How do we cook the French fries? French fries. Anybody have and everybody starts running around looking for French fries. Are they in the freezer? Are they not in the freezer? How do we turn on the oil? Is the oil hot? Right? Could you imagine? This is how we act in our businesses every day. Most of us. Okay. This is why we're always in this mode of reaction. And this is why our businesses are incredibly limited on the amount of business we can carry alone, because we don't have structure in place to be able to say, okay, here's the French fry manual. I've got the manual. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Every McDonald's you go into, you can order French fries. You know exactly what you're getting, no matter what country you're in, what store you're in, what state you're in, or who hands them to you over the counter. You know what the French fries are going to taste like. Okay. This is business. The other is chaos. That's why they can sell 10 million hamburgers sold, right? Or whatever the number is, right? Because they had a system in place. And no matter who you are doing it, everybody does it the same. That is a beautiful thing if you're on a great team and they have those types of like, hey, this is how we do it here on this team, right? That's why you can see how some brokers and some teams have these systems, because they do want everyone representing them in the same fashion. When I had agents on my team, when they got a listing, there was a checklist, there was an SOP, there was a protocol. This is what you do when we get a listing here at Design to Sell. Everybody runs it. Now you can be your own person, add your own touch, but this is the expectation of the experience that our client is to have. And we just can do this on repeat. So I'm on the stage and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what did I just do? This is going to be a nightmare. Then I thought, it's not impossible. He wouldn't make me a bet that wasn't possible. People have done this before. He's not asking me to do something that no one has done before. Real estate is not reinventing something that no one's done before, because we're in a room of 40 people and we're all doing it. Okay. So we're not asking for something new. What we're asking is to build a business where we can scale, where we can multiply what we're doing. That's all. Okay. So I take this bet. I was super excited at first because I was like, oh, 100 listings. Because I'm going through like, let's do this real quick. If you have a piece of paper in front of you or on your mind or on your phone somewhere. And I'm going to ask for chat participation if you have availability. In the chat, let's say, what is our average commission check take home? Like, what do you get to take to the bank? I'm going to look at the check. It can be 20,000. I don't know what your price points are. 10,000. One check is 15, 10. Okay, I'm coming to Colorado because my average check is about $6,000. So I might have to move. Okay, not enough. Okay, realistically, I want you to, like, 40 people. I see 4 people. 10,000. We're all probably about the same. 10, 6. Okay. Now, just real fast, because I know this is really, really hard for real estate agents. Times that number by 100. Just add 2 zeros. Okay. Times that number by 100. Now, what are those numbers? 600,000, 1.4 million. Why are we only working for one paycheck at a time? Our mindset should be working on 100 of those. Because I don't know about you, but when I sat down with my husband and I said, I'm going to list 100 houses. And he said, really? I said, yeah, that's going to net me $1.2 million this year. We also said, oh my God, we're about to change our lives. We're about to do so much that we've always wanted to do. And I don't know about you, but if you had that kind of money between now, this time next year, what would you do? Who would you help? Would mom finally go into a retirement home? Could you, whatever, get kids college, put money away for your grandkids, like all the things. It is life changing. It's life changing. But I don't think we are looking at every opportunity we have in a transaction to change our lives. We're looking at it as another $10,000 paycheck. Finally, we can put something towards our credit cards. We're living paycheck to paycheck. We're not living an annual goal. We're not living a day-to-day operation to bring in 1.5 million because you don't deserve it. Because you know why? And I'm going to be really honest with you. Because you show up every day around. Let's see what real estate throws at me today. You don't get to be a millionaire by what? Let's just see what today throws at us. Okay? Like, this is part of like kind of the reality check. I promise you we're going to have more fun than this, but I want you to like really, really resonate, because here's the thing. You are in complete control of how you show up to your business every day. And if you're not showing up to a business that's organized and systemized, right, and monetized, what are you showing up to? Because now what you're doing is you're cashing a $10,000 paycheck to feel like you're in an insane asylum. Someone's paying you to stay crazy, right? I don't know about that. I'd rather not be crazy and still make a lot more money. Okay? You are in control. We have to stop acting like everyone else is. So yes, I see the question. At the time I had a team, but I had a year to do this challenge. I could have lost any of those agents. Any of those assistants could have walked away from me. They could have been fired. Like, my business could change a lot in a year. So what I decided to do is say the only thing that's going to be steady between now and 10 months from now is me. So I am going to do every single one of these transactions, the prospecting, the calls, the TC work, the sign in the yard. I am going to do absolutely everything on my own. Because what if I get halfway through the year and people on my team who are producing leave me? I can't predict that measure. I can't set that measure. So I'm going to do this all alone. Did my team do work? Absolutely. Did I work with buyers? You bet. Business as usual. My transaction coordinator was not very excited for me because that was 100 deals she didn't get to do for me, but but she understood. She understood. But the other reason I did it like that is because I sat in rooms just like you're sitting where you are now, and you're thinking it's not possible because I don't have a team, because I don't have an assistant, because I don't have. We jump to this, that's not for me because I don't have these things. You do have these things. You have the capability to do this just like I did. So I sat with my husband. We went over, we dreamt, oh, we're going to take this vacation. We didn't even, I was so sure this was going to happen. Like, this was going to happen, because you know what we did? We actually booked vacations. We actually paid for them. We actually bought the tickets and we actually put them on the calendar and booked them. Because how many of us don't go on a vacation or cancel our weekend plans at the lake, or miss a soccer game, or miss a whatever, because we wind up reacting to our business? Oh, I have to do open houses. I can't go to my thing. Okay. You plan your life. You plan your life, and then you do your business to afford your life that you want. Then you have something to work for, right? You've got these goals, you've got these things, you see it in the future. It's a belief system that we have to switch in our brains. Okay. So we sat down, we were all excited. Everything was great. That first week was heck. So I'm sitting in my office and I'm like, oh my God, I have to sign 3 listings this week, because 10 months, quick math, 10 months, that's 10 listings signed a month. That's about 2 to 3 listings signed a week. That's how many listing appointments do I need to go on to get them to sign? That's how many conversations do I have to have? How many people do I have to pick up the phone? Where are my leads coming from? What do I do when I get a lead? How am I nurturing them to get in their door? Because I have to get 2 to 3 listings signed a week. Today is Tuesday. You're lucky this is not a Friday phone call. Yesterday, can we all remember what we did yesterday? Okay, cool. Friday would be tough. Monday would have been tough. If this was Friday, Monday, that would have been really hard to remember. Okay, but just yesterday, be honest with yourself, because that money, that 1.4, that 600, that's not my goal. That's your money. What did you do yesterday? Really, what did you do yesterday to set a listing appointment? What have you already done today to set another one? Or we didn't knock on any doors. We didn't pick up any phones. We didn't send any video messages. We didn't send out that email. We didn't work in our database. We didn't follow up with people. We didn't send the letters. We didn't create the postcard. We avoided, we're afraid, we feared anything that actually was going to get us to a listing appointment yesterday. Yes or yes? What did you do yesterday? You don't have to, I'm not going to embarrass anybody, but I want you to really think, what did you do yesterday? This is your business. This is your life. You kept busy because we're busy. Okay. We don't have systems. We don't have calendars. We don't have time blocks. We don't have processes set up to get a listing appointment. We're not practicing our scripts. We're not setting appointments within the first 3 minutes of calling a lead. If we get on the phone with the lead, we're talking to them for an hour. My God, I wouldn't hire you either. That's exhausting. Okay. We're not practicing. Our job in real estate is to list homes. Once the home is listed, we now procure a buyer for it. Once the home's listed, the real work starts. Let me repeat that, because that's something we miss a lot. A lot of you will spend time on buyers, chasing buyers. Okay. When you list, you attract buyers. There's chasing and there's attracting. If you can get the listing, then your job shifts to procure the buyer. That means you attract the buyer. How do you attract the buyer to your listing? You do open houses, you door knock, you circle prospect, you send letters, you do the community things, right? You're attracting the buyer. Your buyers will come. Your buyers will come. If that's not the house, you're going to attract them to that. They're going to say, this isn't the one. You say, good, then let's go find the one. Okay, your buyers will come. A lead is an action. A lead is not a person. It's not a noun. A lead is an action. Our job as a listing agent is to lead people to us. We lead sellers to us by the way we portray ourselves online, the messaging that we put out, the actions, the nurture, the calls, the videos, the letters, how we run an open house, how we advertise for an open house. How many signs do we put out? Do we put balloons on them? Do we ask for their information at an open house? Or do we just let them come in and go? Do you know how many agents I've talked to? They say, I feel funny about asking them for their information at an open house. I'm like, do you know what's funnier? Is that they actually get in the car and they're like, that's weird. We had this great conversation with Sandy. She never even asked us for our information. Aren't we supposed to give our information when we go to an open house? Like, who made it awkward? They come to your open house, they expect to sign in. We all expect to sign in at an open house. You made it weird because you didn't ask them for their information. Okay, so we're showing up in ways to our business. We're leading people in. You got them to come in, and then you give them a flyer and you wonder why they didn't call you, right? We're ghosting our own opportunities in a lot of ways, and that's just open house. It's just one. Okay, so I want you all to think, if you focus on listings, getting the listings, the buyers will come. Now we're leading people into our business to become a client. So how many of you in your database are sitting on 800 leads, 10,000 leads, 20,000 leads, right? We're calling them leads. We're not doing anything to lead them to us. Does that make sense? I love the faces. If you look at everybody's faces, I want you to, no one is smiling, and that's cool except Chuck. He's smiling, and I don't know if that's an uncomfortable smile because he's like, oh my God, she's talking to me. Right? Like, okay. Like, this is reality. This is literally reality. Because what we're doing is we're doing what we're supposed to do as a real estate agent. We have an open house because someone told us we have to have open houses, right? We're creating social media maybe because we're told, oh, we have to be on social media. We don't have a business plan. We don't have anything to follow. The actions that we're doing, we need to put through our mind. One, am I talking to sellers? Am I talking to a specific seller? So when they see me, I'm talking to you. They're like, she's talking to me. Do you ever go to church and you hear the sermon and you're like, was he following me around all week? Because that message was for me. Okay. There's a skill. You want people to, that's a niche. We can't be a listing agent or buyer agent to everyone. That doesn't make sense. It's not humanly possible. Who is it that you're talking to? What is your specialty? Mine is design. Mine is staging. Mine is presentation. Okay. So if you watch the listings, it's about presentation. I sell myself on how I'm going to present your home to the buyer, because now my job is to find you a buyer. It's how do I present it to the buyer? How do I present it to other agents? How do I present it to the community? How do I present your home? Beautiful flyers, fun open houses, whatever the case may be, balloons, the extra, right? The extra, just put balloons on the sign, because air-filled balloons means the party's happening now. No balloons. Is it now? Is it not now? I don't know. How is the sign out all weekend? When is there's no answer, but a fresh filled balloon says the party's now, because that balloon's only going to last a short time, right? Elevate, elevate, elevate. Every little thing. If I were a real estate agent, this is what I would do. The first three things that you come to mind, throw them out. Everybody's doing those. How can I do it better? How can I do it different? When we start thinking on that scale, how can we make the experience better from jump? Not when they sign. When they sign, then they get the gifts and the specialty and the beautiful treatment after they sign, because then we wonder why they're not signing, because we haven't shown them what it's actually like to work with us. So it comes down to that initial phone call, that initial personal video text you're sending to them. Excited to start working with them. You're sending them a video about what it's like to work with your team. And oh, by the way, I'm putting something in the mail to you. I'm sending it from my house. I'm going to call you when I see that you've received it. I'm going to call you and we're going to go through it. Whether it's a guide, whether it's a book, whatever it is that you're sending. No, they haven't signed yet, but I have to show them this is what it's like when you work with me. So when the day comes for them to sign, It's just it's just protocol. Like it's just what we have to do because like it's required. Pre-listing opportunities. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm going to pause for a minute. I want to see, are there any questions? I'm seeing some comments. Jeff, any feedback up to this moment? Or anybody really? How am I making you feel? Don't quit real estate, please, after this conversation. I'm
No, no,
not
no, no.
saying,
It's all good stuff. Ways to set ourselves apart. I think the fact that everybody here could do it.
yeah.
Everybody here can do it. It is just a matter of thinking it through, maybe getting some help. That's what's powerful about a mastermind like this. Like just
Mhm.
brainstorm a little bit. You set yourself apart with that designer,
Mhm.
background, whatever, and the way you market. When you talk about like you're sending out video messages to people. Can you talk about that for a minute? Like, what are you sending? Like a lead comes in, whatever. I
Mhm.
mean, what do you do? Are you
Take
sending
out
them
my phone and I
Mhm.
dial their phone number like a text. And then I hit the little plus button and it says camera. And then I go like this. This is complicated, guy. And I go like this and I turn it around so the camera's looking at me. Jeff, Sandy Payne. Oh my gosh. I just got a contact information that you and I are going to be working together here in Harker Heights, Texas to find you your home. Now, I can't wait to talk to you in person. I just wanted to say hi, put a face with a name. Let me know what time works for you so we can actually get on a call together and talk more about what you're looking for. Have a great day. Or
That's
seller.
awesome.
Same.
Yeah.
That's it. This that one, adding that I said his name. I'm excited. Oh my gosh, she sounds like fun. I want to call her back. This is going to be exciting. She's excited. I'm excited, right? Would you call me back if you got that text message? You'd be like, oh my gosh, great message. I'm at work right now, but I'm off at 5. Awesome. I'm gonna send you a calendar invite for 5:30. Let's get on a quick Zoom call so we can like get this party started. Cool. Send the invite. What's your email? Right here. What's your email? Great. Okay. Then I stop. I go on Zoom, create a call or Google Meet, whatever you do, right? FaceTime, whatever the case may be. Calendar it. Okay. Okay. I just sent you the calendar invite. Go ahead and accept it so I can secure that spot because I'm making lots of calls today. Oh my gosh. Okay. Time's limited. Okay. Okay. Cool. I saw that you accepted the invitation. I'll be on the top of the hour. I'll text you right before I log in. Okay. She's logging in, right? Do you feel the energy in one correspondence?
And that right there, guys, I would just tell you. I mean, because I've been sending out video texts for the last couple of years, and it sets you apart like immediately because agents aren't doing it. Nobody does it. Everybody's getting the auto reply text, the auto reply email, that kind of stuff. And that's fine to have. It's good to have a system. I have systems set up
Yeah.
as well. At
Yeah.
the same time, to be able to send a video text, take 15 minutes out of your day and video text back your leads that are coming in, whatever. The phone
Mhm.
calls it just sets you apart from everybody else. They put a name to a face, they connect with you way
Yeah.
better than they can ever do from a text or an email,
I
or
mean,
video
just this
text.
call alone, if
Yeah.
this is how I did this call,
Yeah.
I mean, this is ultimately what we're trying to do when we just send an email or we just call and leave a voicemail. This is what we're doing. And hopefully you have a great picture, right? Like whatever. But do you feel the difference? It's like the people who are not on camera versus the ones that are on camera. I'm
Yeah.
looking at you. I'm connecting with you. Chuck's got a beautiful smile. I keep seeing his beautiful smile, right? Like I can see your emotions. Do you see how we're already working together?
Yeah.
I don't know how to work with, I know Cher, so I'm gonna just say I know who she is. But some of these other, like I don't, they could be a bot, they could be just their note taker on here. I have no idea.
Right.
And in this world, when everything is so automated in AI, isn't it beautiful to actually have human connection, to feel excitement, to feel energy, to let them be seen and let them be heard through my personal cell phone? Like,
Hmm.
this is where I want them in my personal cell phone. I don't want them on a follow-up boss number or a Google number. That's saying I don't want your business. You're going to have to cross barriers before you actually talk to me. Um, Again, we're trying to lead them to us. And if we're making the barrier of entry to get to us difficult, they will move to the next person. That's why there's so many things in our world today. Like you want to order something on TikTok, you hit shop, put it in your basket, it pre-fills in from, I mean, you can order something in 10 seconds. If you had to type in your phone number and type in your first name and type in your last name and type in your email address, you'd probably change your mind. Like, there's too many steps. It's the same thing. If we make it that difficult for them to have to click on a link to contact us, but I can't find your freaking email. Where is your phone number? Look at your social medias. Look at your website. Do they have to fill out a contact form in order for you to contact them back? Can they just see a phone number to call you? Can they just see your email address? These are basic. If you go on your Facebook profile, because they are looking for you on social media immediately, you get them as a lead. Do you not think that they're getting an email letting them know that you have their information and they should be hearing from you, and then they don't hear from you? So they're gonna be like, who is this joker? How come they haven't called me yet? Social media. Huh. Well, their profile pictures, I don't even know who they are. I see a dog. Okay, maybe I'm talking to a dog. Right. Like, just think about how hard we make it for people to get to us. Or think, oh, there's her phone number. There's her email. Why are we being secret agents? Why are we hiding behind a signed agreement? We should be giving everyone our full attention like they're already working with us from day one. Do we ever notice how once we sign an agreement, all of a sudden we kick into gear? Okay, now we're going to pay. Now we're going to spend time on these people. Now we're going to actually give them the real Kathy, the real Mike. But we're doing this when we go on listing appointments and we're going to their house because we set an appointment. Congratulations. But then we ghosted them. Now we're showing up stranger to stranger at their front door. They don't know us. I don't know them. Never seen the house in person before. But I'm supposed to come with numbers. I'm supposed to come with what they're supposed to sell it for and what they're supposed to do. I've never seen your house before. So my pre-listing even is like, hey, I was going through all the historical photos of your home, everything I could find online. That actually doesn't give me a clear picture of what I'm walking into tomorrow at 5 o'clock when I come to your home. Can we get on a FaceTime call tonight and you can just give me a quick walk around, show me what your house looks like, give me any updates, what did you change, what have you done, what are your favorite spots, all the fun things. So because when I come tomorrow we're planning an attack. We're planning on what we're doing. We want to have our numbers, we want to have our strategy, our timeline, and exactly what we need to do to get your house on the market in 2 weeks, just like you want, so we can get you out of here by the end of October. Or do we show up with what the data tells us and what our process is? We take professional pictures, like we just all that junk that everyone else does. Then we have to get back to them on what they could sell their house for. We have to get back to them after they sign with how we're going to help them stage all the services that we provide. We're going to give them the good stuff after they sign. And then we wonder why they have to think about it, sleep on it, pray about it.
Let me ask you guys. I mean, anybody, open up your mics.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you hearing? There's so many nuggets right here that she's given. As far as just even the energy, just little things, little lines that she's got in there that just were like, it's pretty much like a come list me. Like, you're the one I'm going with. I mean, what are you guys hearing? What are you guys picking up? Like, just anybody. Don't be afraid.
Sorry, my
Mike.
camera's not on.
That's okay,
But
sure. Go ahead.
I think the biggest thing is just stretching my mind that I can do this. When she said she did all the transactions herself, it's just really stretching my thinking. That's the biggest thing I'm getting from this. And I mean, to be honest with you, I had like 10 files pending. I'm saying I'm drowning. And then she's got all of these. It's just like, okay, get rid of the excuses. Just go ahead and do it.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Mike, what were you? Do you have something, Mike?
Yeah, I was going to say that definitely what Sandy is touching on is those little moments to make that connection with somebody more personable than just a phone call or just another person, right? It's all about those connections, and you're starting early on. It's like prepping somebody for a home inspection of, hey, they're going to find stuff. We're going to prioritize whatever it is, getting in their minds in a comfortable way at every opportunity that you can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I also like the idea. That's great, Mike, that you say that. Because even like the pre-listing. So once the lead comes in, like my pre-listing strategy is ridiculous. Like they're like I could probably walk in the door and just be like, sign here, and most of them would do it. Like it's literally the pre-listing. Um, but again, a couple different ways. So when you're given a challenge to take 100 listings, you learn real fast how bad you suck. I'm just gonna say, like, talk about pressure, right? And you learn real quick what actions you're doing don't bring you listing appointments. And then you say, if I do these actions and I'm going on appointments and they're not signing, well, what can I do to get them to sign? So there's a progression here. I don't want to say I walked in and signed every single listing, right? Because that's not reality. I lost some, or they canceled their appointment. I was like, what can I do to not have them cancel? But the trick is it's the reps. It's having enough opportunities to be able to A/B test and actually get data on your performance. If you say, I don't like open houses because they don't work, and I'd say, okay, well, how many open houses did you do in the last 30 days? And you're like, one. I'm like, go do 30 and then report back to me and let me know what you've learned when you've tried to do 30 open houses in a month. You're gonna be like, I didn't advertise soon enough. I didn't put out enough signs. I didn't ask for enough names. I didn't have the right material. I didn't right? So we can identify real quick when we start to get those reps in. So my encouragement to all of you is day one of your week, like Monday morning, nothing else matters more than doing the steps you need to do to set appointments, listing appointments. Nothing, and social media does nothing, because we will distract ourselves until it's time to go to bed from doing the thing that actually is going to move the needle. And it's going to suck, and it's going to be hard, and you're going to feel foolish, and you're going to be afraid. Like, you're going to say stupid things. Like, it's all information. It's all information. Make the call, sound like an idiot, hang up the phone and be like, ugh, that sounded so dumb. How can I not say that when I pick up the next phone? The next call. Okay, I'm going to try again. Okay, 3 people on expired said, you calling me like everybody else. I'm like, what could be a comeback? I need a comeback for you, and everybody else is calling me. I'd be like, well, great. I'm happy to tell you, Kathy, you will not have to answer your phone again after our conversation. Deal? And they're like, deal. Okay, like, what can I say to be witty? What can I say? I've had like 10 phone calls. I'm like, yeah, Jeff, you're still answering the phone from a number that you don't know. What that tells me is you haven't heard what you needed to hear. No one has listened to you, Jeff. 268 days on the market for 6 months. How are you feeling? I don't say to Jeff, I saw your house on 123 Main Street came off the market yesterday. Are you still thinking of selling? Blech. That's what everyone else said. That's why Jeff's still answering the phone. Yeah, how are you? What does this mean? 268 days ago, you had a plan. Do you still have that plan? Has your plan changed? Great. Then you need a new agent, bro.
Really good.
I'm open on Thursday at 10 a.m. Let's just like chat this out. Let's talk this out. Let's brainstorm. What worked? What didn't work? What can we do? Let's get a strategy. Let's get you where you need to go. If you're trying to get to Florida, like, my job is to get you there with money in your pocket, Jeff. I have 10 o'clock on Thursday. Do you want the spot? Jeff is like, yes.
Yeah.
With a minute, and Jeff set an appointment with me. Awesome, Jeff. I will see you Thursday. Now I have 2 days to love the heck out of Jeff. I'm going to call Jeff. I'm going to send him messages. I'm going to show Jeff the work that I'm doing around his home. I'm going to whiteboard it. I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I'm running your comps. Look at all the houses that we have up against. I'm going to video me doing the work that I'm doing before I show up at his door. I'm going to call him and say, Jeff, I need to know, how old's the air conditioner? What updates did you have? And I'm writing a list. Okay, Jeff, this is my list of everything we talked about that you updated. I'm going to share this with you on Google. Can you go in and add any other information, dates, prices, all the things? I want a working, living document together with you, Jeff, on all the features and benefits that you've improved since you bought your house. And I ask you to do that and have that ready for me tomorrow. Yes, we can do that. Great. Why? Because when I come, I want this information so that we can get a plan of attack. You've waited too long to sell your house. Now Jeff's in a Google Doc. Jeff's working with me. I'm giving to Jeff. Jeff's giving back to me. Jeff has 2 other listing appointments. Guess who Jeff is hiring? Because he hasn't heard from those other agents. I show up at Jeff. Jeff, I also know Jeff loves to read. Jeff loves cigars. I just have a hankering, Jeff. You look like a cigar guy to me, because I went all over his social media, his LinkedIn. I searched him. I hunted him down. Who is Jeff? I was on Zoom. I see all these books. He's a reader. I bring Jeff a book. Jeff, I noticed that you have a ton of books. Have you ever read this one? It's one of my favorites. I gift Jeff a book to add to his collection. Jeff and I are best friends. I'm going to get him to Florida. I'm going to make him money. I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to strategize with him, and we're going to procure buyers, and we're going to get somebody to sell. We're going to get somebody to buy his house. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think Jeff would sign with me the minute I walked in the door at this point.
That's exactly what I would do. Right there. That was really good.
Okay. You don't need a 30 touch point campaign. There's times and places for these things. We spend so much time in our businesses planning for the person to call us back instead of actually actively calling them and building a relationship and offering them opportunity to work with them. We're hiding behind so much of our business, you guys, because we're afraid of, I don't know, what are we afraid of? $1.4 million?
Sandy, let me ask you this, and Paul, I will get to you. I know, Paul, you got your hand up. I see it.
Yep, I see that.
Just a second.
Sorry, I was on a roll.
No, you're good. That's good. Well, and I'm actually working with expired listings right now. So, I mean, everything you just said, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm going to go back and rewatch those last 10 minutes. So, good stuff. Real quick, several people have asked in the chat about, like, again, like, how are you getting your leads? Like, go back to like when you made that goal, okay, I'm going to do 100 listings in the next 10 months.
Yeah.
What did you do to start bringing in leads? What kind of marketing you're doing? What kind of ads are you doing? What kind of posts are you putting out there? Like, what are you doing to bring the leads in?
Yeah. So
a lot of people asking that question.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a fantastic question. One of the things I had to think about is, where are my leads tomorrow? Like, who's going to list with me tomorrow? Expireds, right? For sale by owners, withdrawals, maybe even past seller opportunities that still own their home. Like, going back into your say, who was a seller? Do they still own their home? So one is, let's find the ones quickly that are like bottom of the funnel, right? If we're looking at a funnel. But I also had to, in my mind, say, okay, there are people that have to list with me 10 months from now that don't even know that their job's going to change and that they're going to even have to move. Like, my 10-month out listers don't even know they're moving yet. Maybe their mom hasn't died yet, and she will in 6 months, and they're going to have to sell their house. Like, so your mindset is not always who's going to list with me today or tomorrow. Your mindset is, who is the seller that doesn't even know they're a seller yet? Because 10 months from that challenge, I needed 2 to 3 listings every single week. So my answer to you would say, think of your funnel, right? Think of who's now and who's the future. Now, if I said, this is a neighborhood I love to farm, this is one of my big, whatever, areas that these are where a lot of my clients are, what can I do today to become known to them as a real estate agent? So when they need me, I'm the one that they think of. That's where social media can come in. That's where doing community events can come in. That's where sending, monthly postcards with valuable information. That's where door knocking and introducing yourself to people in a neighborhood. They don't know they need you yet. So I had to say, okay, what are the leads? I didn't really have like a source. So I said, okay, we have expireds and withdrawals. We have open houses. How can I make open houses so good that people want me to list their house? Not that a buyer walks in the door. How can I actually showcase myself as a listing agent when I do an open house? So everybody in the neighborhood comes, they sees how great I am. They see how crappy the other agents are because they never did an open house. I have gotten so many listings from a listing that I was doing an open house or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 at, because that neighbor got a phone call. They got an invitation. They got something hung on their door. They got a door hanger. They got they heard from me 2 weeks before the open house. And then after the open house, 2 weeks before the next open house, I communicated more than the agent who stuck the sign in the yard. So they'll call me and they'll say, how do I get rid of, I want you to sell my house. You've done more than my agent. I haven't heard from them since they put the sign in the yard. So that's a conversation you need to take to your agent. Give them a fair shot. Tell them what you're looking for. Tell them what you expect out of them. And if they cannot perform, then you have that conversation about ending your agreement with them. If that comes to be the case, I'm more than happy to talk to you. And you'd be surprised within days. I fired my agent. I called them and I told them I didn't want to work with them anymore. How fast can we get started? Great. I'm super excited. I have 10 o'clock on Thursday, Jeff. Do you want to make an appointment? Because we got work to do. Roll it. Same, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. So I would say we all are, you don't need more leads. Okay. Don't go get more. The new ones are not where the business is. Pick your 100. Go through your databases, go through your sticky notes, your notebooks, your phone. Where are these next 100 sellers? Who are they? You probably already have the information from most of them. And then I challenge you to be brave and believe and send them a video message. And if you haven't talked to them in 8 months, but you know they still own their house, that's cool. Zach, I ghosted you. That is not my job. My job as your real estate agent isn't to ghost you. Life got busy. I apologize, but I see you still own your house. I don't know if you're working with anyone else, but I would love the opportunity to start a conversation if selling is still in your future. Whether it be now or tomorrow, I feel like I owe you the opportunity to get to know me, for me to get to know you, and for me to start providing you value. So when the decision has to come, we're the choice that we make to do this together. That's an easy, it's hard to say it, write it down, write a script, right? Stick it to your computer, practice it 100 times so it comes off authentic and natural. And I tell you, Zach would be like, you know what? I'm so glad that you reached out. Yeah, life has been busy. I'd be like, well, yeah, I mean, you guys had a new baby. I mean, that's talk about busy. Because what? I looked at Zach's social media, or he was on a European vacation or whatever. Of course you were. Why would you think of me when you were out wakeboarding in the middle of the whatever lake? Of course you weren't thinking of me. I also was busy too, but guess what? Today's the day I thought of you. I remembered you. And I was like, I'm going to call Zach. And here I am having a conversation with Zach. And Zach feels great. I feel great. We've rekindled a relationship. Then I'm in my database. Zach, how can I provide you value? What is it I can do for you? Well, I'm thinking about updating my kitchen before we sell. Awesome. I've got some really great ideas. Let me send you a Pinterest board of all the most trending kitchen designs. And then we can talk about which ones maybe financially work for you or will work best with the rest of the aesthetic of your home. I'm going to share the Pinterest board with you. Okay, so collaborate on it. Okay, Zach, and the process just goes. Zach, I saw that you added that green backsplash. Is there anything else in your house that's green? Do you think Zach's not going to sell his house with me after we do this for a year? And then I see on Facebook that Zach remodeled his kitchen with the green backsplash. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to come over. I need to see this in person. Can I bring you coffee? Tell me about it. How was the project? What went wrong? What happened? What was great? What do you love about it? What's your next project? I'm not asking him to be his listing agent. I'm asking to be part of his life as a homeowner. So when he decides to sell, I've given him value and he chooses me. So stop going to get more people. Start loving and treating the people that you already have like you are their listing agent.
Several people have asked, I mean, and again, I think you've answered this in multiple ways on here. You know, they're sending out some videos, but not getting responses. Hopefully you guys are picking up some, if you hear the way she's doing this and again, asking these questions to generate a response back. I mean, I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that, Sandy, but I mean, again, it's like, you're so natural with it because you've done it so much. And I think that's the one thing I would emphasize to everybody on here too. Like anything, the more you do it, the better you get. And you're going to trip and fall along the way. And, oh, shoot, why did I say that? How many times have I done that over 24 years? And you get better and better doing it. The last couple of weeks I've been making these calls to expired listings. We've had 89 in where I'm at in Colorado Springs in the last 7 years.
Beautiful. How many have you signed?
I'm in the process. I'm calling them. I'm working my way through it because I haven't done it for so long to talk to expireds. And so I'm getting them to call me. That's what's happening right now. I've got a system set up where I'm getting 3 and 4 calls a day right now from them calling me saying, talk to me, and so that's kind of the way I'm going and then working my way through some of those conversations. But
3 minutes, get yourself a 3-minute timer and you must set the appointment in 3 minutes.
That's good.
That's it. You're calling them out of the blue. They don't have an hour to get into it. Your conversation has to happen in their house. So you're looking for that one thing. wow, Jeff, that sounds like we have a lot more to talk about. I'm available 10 o'clock on Thursday. Let's sit down for an hour together. We may not have all the answers in that hour. Let's sit down and at least like work this out.
Yeah.
Do you want the spot? Right? Because I think we get on and we talk ourselves right out of the appointment, or we don't ask.
Mm-hmm.
Afraid to ask. I don't know why we're afraid to ask. Maybe because we don't have a listing presentation to show them. I don't have a listing presentation to show them. I am your gift. I am your present. I am your listing present. Like, that's it. Like, stop overthinking the material. Stop overthinking. Look, if we were all perfect, we wouldn't go to church. We go to church, and I'm using a church. Like, how many people don't go to church because you're not ready? Like, just go. Just go. You go with what you have, and you will learn the process. You will become what you need to become.
Yeah.
Just don't be afraid. I think we're so afraid.
Yeah.
And if you're afraid, information. What am I afraid of? Okay, I'm afraid I don't have a listing presentation. Okay, what's your listing presentation? Let's look at it. Let's not be afraid of our listing present. I don't know. I don't know it well enough. Okay, let's practice it. Let's record ourselves. Let's look back. Let's play back. Let's play with our family, play with our peers. Whatever this group is, like find a buddy. Let's practice our listing appointment, our listing presentation together, or like let's role play, right? Practice, practice, practice. And it's it's like anything. If you follow me on social media, I'm starting to jump rope. I know that sounds like an insane thing. It seems like a really weird thing. But I live on a farm. I'm not close to a gym. Like, so it's just not convenient for me to go to a gym, and like it's hours out of my day I don't have, but I can jump rope for 10 minutes. And I'm just starting to jump rope, and it's a train wreck. But again, like I'm only going to get good at it is if I practice it every day. And I'm going to say, well, now my calves are tight. What does my foot position look like? Am I jumping on my toes? Do I need to come down more? Do I need to stay on like now I'm going to start to analyze my jump. I'm going to analyze my arm movement. I'm going to analyze my rope length. I'm going to analyze my speed. Is it the music? Can I jump faster with better music? Can I jump better with better music? What if I hold my body up, head down, right? You can any skill we want to learn, we have to do it in repetition, and everything about it is information. We're not failing, we're informing. Every no is information. It's not a failure. It's a time to learn. And how can we better that skill? How can we get a little bit better? So everything goes through an information filter. What could I say better? What could I tone better? Could my facial expressions be better, right? It's just information and data for us to learn the skill better. So don't feel defeated. No's just mean I have a little more skill that I need to acquire. And then if they say no, practice, and then you call them back. Jeff, hey, I know the last time we talked, the answer was no. But what I realized is that I didn't have a chance to actually XYZ. Do you have a few minutes? Can we actually talk about this or talk about that? Recover yourself. There's some huge props for someone telling you no, and then you reframe and you learn and you call them back. Like, I don't know about you, but I want an agent who's going to be persistent, who's going to have follow-up, who's going to reverse prospect. I put the house on the market. I see that we made a connection. You have a buyer, I have a seller, that I'm calling you, that I'm going to be persistent. Like, these are actions they want to see from the real estate agent, right? It's just information. I mean, I guess that's like the end of it. You have to start, and you just have to practice.
Yeah.
The thing that stands out the most with you, for what I've been hearing this whole time, Sandy, with you, is you come across with very committed conviction, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's half the battle. When you're controlling and you're convicted with the things that you're saying, and you every time are going to set the appointment. I have time at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Does that work for you? You've said that multiple times, just in different examples that you've given. So I think that's half the battle. Coming across with the conviction,
Mm-hmm.
yet as their friend, and asking for the appointment. going for the appointment every time. So
Be confident. I mean, just confident. It
confident,
just comes across. I
exactly,
want a confident. I don't want an agent that's like,
exactly,
well, I just want to see if you want to, you want to, it's like,
exactly.
it's not the person that's going to sell my house.
Yep,
I want to get this house sold. I need to
yep,
like, boom, and
yep.
that comes across in big with.
Yeah, very much in your tone.
Let me
So
real quick, Paul. Did you? I don't know if your question got answered along the way, Paul. I
Oh
apologize.
no. Do we have like 2 more hours?
Look, I
Why do
promise
you
you,
laugh?
Jeff, I am happy. Like we can do that. I don't like
Part two.
I love doing this. I mean, this is what I thrive. I coach, I train, I have programs, I have all the things. So I'm not taking anybody's business from whatever it is, but like I am available to help you individually. Or I'm more than happy, Jeff. We can pick a topic and let's dive in a little bit deeper. I think we just
Be good to have you back sometime. Did you
yeah.
have a specific question,
I,
Paul?
I do have a couple of really quick ones, I'll try to make them quick. So I have heard this. Look, I've been doing this for a long time, and I still haven't figured this out. Like, what's your value proposition? I'm so tired of that, but yet, like, I have a lot of value that I can bring, and stuff like that. But yet, it just I heard it again the other day, and it's just one of those things that I want to get the bamboo out for the eye because it's way more comfortable than listening to that nonsense. And then, do you have a system that I mean, so I heard you, I got on late. I have an obligation on Tuesday mornings that I never get out of before 9:15. And so I'm going back to watch this. This was huge. I mean, this was amazing for me. And I've been doing this 21 years. That's how good this was. But do you have a system for like all of you mentioned like you send them a follow-up, you send them a video text that's showing them, hey, I'm looking at your comps and I'm this and that and so on. And mostly it almost sounds like just kind of, I wouldn't say it's random. In fact, I'd say it's probably the opposite. It's just that you've been doing it so long, you kind of have a system. I mean, or the worksheet. I don't know if you worksheet that for a Google Doc or if it's a form and then you send it to them. I mean, that one was huge for me just because those are all the reasons why you can find that the last agent wasn't successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because these people didn't take the time to learn about the person, learn about the sale of their house. They put it in the MLS, and magically things are going to happen. Magically it expired and now you're the person in line. So I'm looking at I made a huge list and I've only been here a half hour, 40 minutes. But I'm trying to look at all of them as from a strategic standpoint, but yet I also am looking for the tactical piece to that, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. Yes, everything is systematic. There's checklists for everything. Everybody, everything, because you can't be working with that many people and keep that level of consistency
Right.
without checklists. Yeah, everything's in checklists. And
What
task
what
lists.
video platform do you work with?
YouTube. I don't know. I do have like
No.
pre-recorded some. I do have like a portal. Once they're my client, they do get like a roadmap portals and different touches of the transaction with different videos about like, yay, tomorrow's your inspection. This is what to say. I have a lot of
No, moreover, I didn't know if you used a bomb or if you used what Loom or something like that. Okay. Yeah, I would love to hear about your pre-listing package. I'm going to follow you on social media.
Yeah, please follow me.
holy
Follow me
cow.
for sure. We've got. I try to share a lot on there. I don't know. I've got lots of things that I do. I wish I would just be on the video all day long.
One of the things, Sandy, several people's like, oh my gosh, you must be working 14 hours a day. How do you have a life? I mean, and just you have systems. And so you have a business and you treat it like a business and you run it like a business, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I will honestly say when I work on my real estate clients, transactions, it's like 2 hours a day. That's it.
On average, how many people are you talking to a day?
15, 20 probably, or at least I'm doing
Okay.
something with them somewhere in their task pipeline.
Because I love the part where you're like, hey, clearly you haven't sold this and that was the plan. The plan self-destructed somewhere along the line. Do you have time that we can pick this apart like a vulture on a carcass and figure out where the last one failed? I mean, it sounds to me like you use a lot of humor.
Mhm.
That was what I was a medic for a long time in the fire service, and my brand of medicine was humor. And it
Yeah.
worked so well.
I think it's just they're afraid, right? Like the second, especially for expires, their second choice is so critical. Like their second choice is so critical. Like they already didn't We all have had expired listings, myself included, and I've done all the things. Like, so sometimes it just happens. Um, but they're so guarded. Like the best way is to just befriend them. They're just humans. They're they're just trying to sell their house so they can do what they want to do. Like, you have to have some compassion and you have to listen. Their first agent probably showed up and showed them some presentation and said, I'm number one and I've sold this many houses and we do professional photography. Right? That should speak for itself. They should be, if they're following you, they can see what you are. Like, don't waste time on the things that don't matter, that they can find on their own. I liken that to say, like, anybody, and people are buying a house, like they go buy the house, like they can find the house. They just need you to get them in it and help them write the offer. You need to be what they can't find on their own. Like, they're going to do the research on you. They're going to look you up. They're going to, like, I have people like, are you going to do a video like you did for 123 Main Street? I love that video. Can you do my video like that? Like, they say those. I'm like, they're already watching me. I don't need to get in here and be like, I do videos. Like, we're wasting time on things that are irrelevant. And it can be very overwhelming. It's data dumping. It's too much. Anybody. Hey, look, I don't have a blanket thing that we do because every house is different. Every market's different. Every moment's different. Every financial situation is different. My job is to figure out what pieces of this puzzle are we putting together to get you to the closing table. I have 1,000 pieces. We may only need 20. 1,000 may be too many. It may not all be what we need for your solution. So let's sit down and look at all of these things and create this journey that we're going to go on to get you where you want to go. I also look at the people when I do the research. I try to do like a profile on them, like, I mean, based on their surroundings. Like, I can look at people's houses. Like, that's why I love getting on video FaceTime with, because I can look at their houses and I can pretty much tell you, are they a numbers person? Are they going to want the marketing? Like, what is the conversation I'm going to have? Legitly, I've done it enough where I can say, oh my gosh, this person is a little bit more decorating, or this person is like, they're not judging anybody's houses, but like they haven't updated it since they bought it 25 years ago. Like, I can tell just on like the little cues, how they dress, how they're sitting. Are they on Zoom like this? Like, I can tell they're not comfortable on camera. Like, there's just so many reads that you can get from people when you spend time with people. And it helps you identify, no offense to anybody who I'm seeing more of your head. It's just, you're probably just not on Zoom all the time. At least communicating like this. You're watching, but you're not like interacting on it, if that makes sense. Just natural pickup. But I think it's just, we have to just remember they're a human. They're a human trying to sell their house. And you are their value. A list of what I bring to the table to compare lists, to my list to your list of what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you me. That's what you're going to get. I'm going to give you me. We're going to pivot. We're going to work on, we're not going to drop your list price in 30 days because that's just what the plan is. We're going to look at the market every single day. We're going to analyze what came on, what came off, who dropped, how the comps have changed. And if I think we need to drop the price tomorrow because 3 people dropped the price that have been on the market a while, I'm calling you, Jeff. We're dropping the price tomorrow. Like, we just have to be where it is. We're not putting a 15-day, 30-day, oh, we'll try that for 2 weeks. No, we're not going to try it. We're going to try it for 24 hours. And if it doesn't work, we're switching something up. My job is to sell your house fast, procure that buyer fast. And if the buyers aren't coming, we got to change something. Like, we just get stuck. And that's why I have lists for everything. Can you follow them for everyone? No, you have to be able to move them. Lists are a great place to start to make sure that, yes, I've done all these things when the time comes, but when it comes to actually getting the listing, I mean, I think you just have to be willing to pivot and be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not be mechanical. I think the word I'm thinking of is like, just don't be mechanical. Have a system, but no one should see the system. It should be so fluid. Like Kathy said, it's just so confident. And I know my system. You can interrupt me and my system. I can move it, change it, pivot it, readjust it, recreate it, add something to it, because I know it well enough, that you won't ever see me sweat.
Mm-hmm. And guys, all this stuff, it comes with just doing it again and again and again and again and again. Making one call every other day is not going to get you there. Making 5 calls a day every day, by Friday, you've got it down. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just, It's the same stuff, and you just get better and better the more you do it, more and more confident, more and more comfortable.
Yeah,
So
but I'd be happy to jump on another call. Let's set up another time.
we will bring you back. Part 2 with Sandy Payne. That would
Yeah,
be
for
fun
sure.
fun to
I
do.
would love all that. So thank you for having
So
me.
appreciate it. Has this been good, guys? Yeah. The recording will be up over the next couple, 2-3 days. Just be watching the Facebook group or YouTube channel. Let me hit this because some people are talking about, like, how do you sell a home in today's market? Oh my gosh, and price reductions and whatever. Next week, guys, come back next Tuesday. John Sy, huge agent in Canada, sold 312 homes, I think, like in the last 12 months or something, has a whole strategy on how he is selling these homes in this market, in today's market. And so we're going to talk about that next week. Okay. So he will be here. Don't miss it. We'll be here, of course, next Tuesday. Tomorrow, the big agent meeting with EXP. Thursday, Q&A with Kelly and Eric if you want to do agent attraction. And then Friday, we're back just to open mastermind. Okay. So, come join us. Okay. A lot of you guys are on here maybe for the first time in a while. Come. You're missing things if you don't show up. I'm just telling you, be around the campfire. Whatever. Take that log off the campfire, and it eventually just burns out and fizzles out.
I'm gonna jump off. But
Thank you,
if you're
Sandy.
at XPCon, come find me. I actually am doing a breakout session on listing legends with Kyle Whistle. So come to our session if you're going to be
Nice.
it.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you
guys.
so much. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you soon.